two plays which I looked at. Beaumarchais wrote a sequel himself to his previous two Figaro plays, which is called La Mère Coupable, the guilty mother, and the Austro-Hungarian playwright Horváth also wrote a play called Figaro läßt sich scheiden, Figaro gets a divorce. So I guess about a third of the libretto is derived in some way from these two plays, and the rest of it is from my own fantasy. But the location of the story, somewhere in some undefined revolution in the 1930s probably, this owes something to Horváth, because his play has the smell of that period. It's partly a kind of political thriller, because it has this very sinister figure of the police chief, Secret Service policeman, who is trying to ruin the family. It has romantic elements, particularly the two young lovers. It has some atmosphere of comedy, but it's not really a comedy. And it has a very touching ending, I think, in which we leave the Count and the Countess, and we understand that despite everything that's gone on and how badly everybody's behaved, they still love each other, and they're going to face death together. Is a very remarkable singing actor, and I very much had him in mind when I created this role. There is a role like this a bit in the Beaumarchais. Apparently there was a man in Paris in Beaumarchais' lifetime who annoyed Beaumarchais very much and who he hated, and so he created this very unpleasant character as a very open portrait of this enemy of his. And I think the audience at the time knew who this was. They understood that this was a real person. Well, I changed this, of course, a little bit, and I thought about some of the most frightening police chief figures in the 20th century, people like Pierre'a in the Soviet Union, and no doubt you had your equivalent people here in Poland too. And so I deliberately created this kind of very sinister, cynical, malevolent character, who I think very often comes to power because of political instability. When there is instability, a revolution, or the established order or the rule of law collapses, then there are always somehow semi-criminal people who are ready to jump in and take this opportunity to do bad things. And he's certainly this kind of character. I think Elena Lange had a very brilliant idea of accompanying him with an accordion and somehow bringing this kind of tango music. So there's something kind of sleazy also about his music, which is very cleverly composed. I would say you could describe it as polytonal. It has more than one key. But it's definitely fundamentally tonal music, and one of the things I think that's very attractive about what Elena Lange has done is that she's not afraid to write tunes, she's not afraid to write songs, she's not afraid to write music that is very theatrical, very cleverly illustrative of the dramatic situation, and music which is also enjoyable for the audience to hear. And I think one of the reasons why audiences reacted very favorably is because this is music that everybody can enjoy and understand.